How to write a report in 7 steps. Now let's get into the specifics of how to write a report. Follow the 7 steps on report writing below to take you from an idea to a completed paper. 1. Choose a topic based on the assignment. Before you start writing, you need to pick the topic of your report. Often, the topic is assigned for you, as with most business reports, or predetermined by the nature of your work, as with scientific reports. If that's the case, you can ignore this step and move on. If you're in charge of choosing your own topic, as with a lot of academic reports, then this is one of the most important steps in the whole writing process. Try to pick a topic that fits these 2 criteria. There's adequate information. Choose a topic that's not too general but not too specific, with enough information to fill your report without padding, but not too much that you can't cover everything. It's something you're interested in. Although this isn't a strict requirement, it does help the quality of a report if you're engaged by the subject matter. Of course, don't forget the instructions of the assignment, including length, so keep those in the back of your head when deciding. 2. Conduct research. With business and scientific reports, the research is usually your own or provided by the company, although there's still plenty of digging for external sources in both. For academic papers, you're largely on your own for research, unless you're required to use class materials. That's one of the reasons why choosing the right topic is so crucial. You won't go far if the topic you picked doesn't have enough available research. The key is to search only for reputable sources, official documents, other reports, research papers, case studies, books from respected authors, etc. Feel free to use research cited in other similar reports. You can often find a lot of information online through search engines, but a quick trip to the library can also help in a pinch. 3. Write a thesis statement. Before you go any further, write a thesis statement to help you conceptualize the main theme of your report. Just like the topic sentence of a paragraph, the thesis statement summarizes the main point of your writing, in this case, the report. Once you've collected enough research, you should notice some trends and patterns in the information. If these patterns all infer lead up to a bigger, overarching point, that's your thesis statement. For example, if you were writing a report on the wages of fast food employees, your thesis might be something like, although wages used to be commensurate with living expenses, after years of stagnation they are no longer adequate. From there, the rest of your report will elaborate on that thesis, with ample evidence and supporting arguments. It's good to include your thesis statement in both the executive summary and introduction of your report, but you still want to figure it out early so you know which direction to go when you work on your outline next. 4. Prepare an outline. Writing an outline is recommended for all kinds of writing, but it's especially useful for reports given their emphasis on organization. Because reports are often separated by headings and subheadings, a solid outline makes sure you stay on track while writing without missing anything. Really, you should start thinking about your outline during the research phase, when you start to notice patterns and trends. If you're stuck, try making a list of all the key points, details, and evidence you want to mention. See if you can fit them into general and specific categories, which you can turn into headings and subheadings respectively. 5. Write a rough draft. Actually writing the rough draft, or first draft, is usually the most time-consuming step. Here's where you take all the information from your research and put it into words. To avoid getting overwhelmed, simply follow your outline step by step to make sure you don't accidentally leave out anything. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's the #1 rule for writing a rough draft. Expecting your first draft to be perfect adds a lot of pressure. Instead, write in a natural and relaxed way, and worry about the specific details like word choice and correcting mistakes later. That's what the last 2 steps are for, anyway. 6. Revise and edit your report. Once your rough draft is finished, it's time to go back and start fixing the mistakes you ignored the first time around. Before you dive right back in, though, it helps to sleep on it to start editing fresh, or at least take a small break to unwind from writing the rough draft. We recommend first rereading your report for any major issues, such as cutting or moving around entire sentences and paragraphs. Sometimes you'll find your data doesn't line up, or that you misinterpreted a key piece of evidence. This is the right time to fix the big picture mistakes and rewrite any longer sections as needed. If you're unfamiliar with what to look for when editing, you can read our previous guide with some more advanced self-editing tips. 7. Proofread and check for mistakes. Last, it pays to go over your report one final time, just to optimize your wording and check for grammatical or spelling mistakes. In the previous step you checked for big picture mistakes, but here you're looking for specific, even nitpicky problems. A writing assistant like Grammarly flags those issues for you. Grammarly's free version points out any spelling and grammatical mistakes while you write, with suggestions to improve your writing that you can apply with just one click. The premium version offers even more advanced features, such as tone adjustments and word choice recommendations for taking your writing to the next level.